Hey Pi family, I know many of you have been feeling like giving up on Pi Network lately. Trust me, I've been reading your messages and I feel your frustration. But stop scrolling for just 1 minute because what happened in the last 24 hours might completely change your perspective. I'm talking about a massive 5% price jump that caught everyone off guard, plus some major exchange developments that honestly surprised even me. If you've been feeling hopeless about your Pi journey, this video is going to show you exactly why I believe we're witnessing the early signs of Pi's comeback story. And you know what? I'm going to share my honest thoughts on whether this is finally the turning point we've all been waiting for. Before we dive deep into this analysis, I need you to join our exclusive Pi community on Telegram and Facebook. The links are right there in the description below. Look, I share my real-time thoughts and breaking Pi news there first, and you know what? That's where I connect directly with fellow Pi believers like yourself who refuse to give up on this project. Let me be completely honest with you about these numbers because I've been tracking Pi's price action for months, and this surge genuinely caught my attention. Picoin just hit a 3-week high with a solid 5% gain while most of the crypto market is bleeding red. And that alone tells me something significant is happening behind the scenes. But here's what really got me excited, and you know what convinced me this isn't just another fake pump. The trading volume absolutely exploded by over 30%, hitting $65.2 million. In my experience, when you see volume surges like this combined with price movement, it usually means institutional players are quietly accumulating positions. I've been studying the technical indicators all morning, and honestly, what I'm seeing gives me more confidence in Pi than I've had in months. And you know what really stands out to me? The RSI indicator climbing toward 48.55 shows that buying pressure is building from smart money investors who understand something the general public doesn't. The MACD indicator successfully avoiding a bearish crossover tells me that this bullish momentum has real strength behind it, not just retail FOMO. Now this is where I get really excited about Pi's future prospects because I've been waiting for this type of institutional recognition for so long. Valor, which operates under the London Stock Exchange umbrella through DeFi Technologies, just launched 8 new crypto-focused exchange-traded products. And guess what made their exclusive list? A Pi-focused product called the Valor Pi Swedish Krona ETP. Honestly, when I first heard this news, I had to double-check it because this is the kind of institutional validation that separates serious projects from meme coins, and you know what this really means? Traditional finance is finally taking Pi Network seriously enough to create investment products around it. But here's the development that really has me bullish on Pi's immediate future. The team just secured a listing with SwapPhone, which operates under BTCC regulations, offering Pi USDS trading pairs on a fully regulated US platform. Look, I've seen too many projects struggle for years to get proper regulatory approval, so when I see Pi achieving this milestone, it tells me the fundamentals are much stronger than the current price suggests, and you know what really impressed me? The airdrop promotions connected to this listing are already driving massive new liquidity and attracting fresh investors who previously couldn't access Pi through regulated channels. Let me share something that most Pi holders don't realize about the recent technical developments because I've been closely following the development updates. The Pi team recently announced the Linux node version release, and while this might sound boring to some people, I personally think this is one of the most underrated developments in Pi's history. Why? Because Linux standardization means enterprise partners and developers can finally integrate Pi into their existing systems without jumping through technical hoops, and you know what I believe this will lead to. A flood of real-world applications and partnerships that we haven't seen before. I'm also genuinely optimistic about the upcoming v23.01 upgrade that's bringing enhanced security features, improved network performance, and more open-source elements. From my perspective, watching how other successful blockchain projects evolved, these types of foundational improvements are exactly what Pi needs to attract serious institutional adoption. And you know what gives me confidence? The Pi team is taking their time to build robust infrastructure rather than rushing to market with half-baked solutions like so many other projects did. This next point is something I've been tracking obsessively, because token supply dynamics have always been my biggest concern with Pi Network. The September unlock schedule shows only 161.73 million Pi tokens entering circulation, and honestly, when I first saw this number, I had to verify it multiple times because it's nearly 50% less than August's unlock amount. This is exactly the kind of supply relief that I've been telling my community to watch for. And you know what I think this really represents? The Pi team is becoming more strategic about managing market impact rather than flooding the market with new tokens. From my analysis of other successful cryptocurrency launches, reduced supply pressure combined with rising demand creates the right conditions for steady price growth rather than quick pumps and dumps. And what convinces me that Pi is maturing is its focus on long-term token economics instead of rushing releases like many failed projects. Right now, Pi is trading around 37 cents after recovering from the August low of 32 cents, and although it's still moving within a downward channel, I'm starting to see early signs of a potential trend reversal. From my experience trading cryptocurrencies for years, the current technical setup reminds me of several successful comeback stories where patient investors were rewarded handsomely, and you know what gives me the most confidence? Pi is showing strength while most other altcoins are struggling to hold basic support levels. The key resistance level I'm watching closely is $0.412, because a clean break above this price point could signal the start of Pi's next major rally phase. Honestly, based on the improving fundamentals, reduced supply pressure, and growing institutional interest, I believe Pi has a real chance of surprising people who wrote it off too early. And you know what my prediction is? If Pi can maintain this momentum and break through that resistance, we could see a move toward 50 cents or even higher as FOMO kicks in from investors who missed the bottom. Look, I want to be real with you because this community deserves honesty. If this analysis helped restore some of your faith in Pi Network or gave you a new perspective on recent developments, please smash that like button. It genuinely helps me reach other Pi holders who are feeling discouraged and need to see this information. I love reading your comments, so drop one below and tell me honestly where you stand with Pi right now, whether you're feeling more hopeful, or if you still have concerns I should address in future videos, and you know what would mean the world to me. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I'm committed to bringing you the most accurate Pi Network analysis on YouTube. Here's my bottom line opinion after analyzing everything we've covered today. The Pi Network story is absolutely not over, and while I can't predict the future with certainty, I genuinely believe that those who stay informed and maintain their positions during recovery phases like this are often the ones who benefit most when major rallies finally arrive. Keep following my Telegram and Facebook for my daily thoughts and instant updates, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll share my personal take on Pi's technical roadmap and what I realistically think it means for our price targets in the coming months.